Spiritual pride is an awful thing. We got the front row seat of that, did we not, in last week's sermon? In Mark chapter 9, starting in verse 14, we see the recall of this man who brings a sick boy, a demon-possessed boy, to the disciples for them to heal this boy, to cast out this demon. This is something that they've done before. And they allowed the past successes that they had to build in themselves a self-reliance and a self-confidence that they didn't deserve. And if we're honest about ourselves, if we're honest with ourselves, we've done this too. We've done this too. We have witnessed and been a part of something amazing in the ministry that God has given us. We have led wonderful times of worship or Bible study or just one-on-one discussion over coffee, or maybe we've been a part of something miraculous like a healing or something of that nature that God has used us in a mighty way. And we forgot that our posture in that place and time was completely and wholly reliant and dependent upon Him, that all of our faith was in Him at that time. But what we recall is the success and maybe even some of the praise that went along with that success. And this is deadly poison. This is deadly poison. It leads to spiritual pride, which leads to failure. Remember, God opposes the proud. He is not going to work through me and use me if I enter into His ministry with pride. I need to have humility and God reliance and be prayerful throughout this. This is something that the disciples then and now we must constantly relearn. This spiritual pride is not something that lays dormant and stays there. You're fooling yourself if you think that you're just a humble person now and that's the way it's going to be. Any amount of success that you have in a ministry or in anything, there is going to be a temptation for spiritual pride. There needs to be a constant vigilance, a constant putting off this temptation to drink the poison of pride, because it can lead to nowhere but failure. God works through the humble. We must remain humble in our ministries and in our missions. Man, maybe some of us seem like we've been sidelined by God, that we were once kind of really involved in the church, but we just can't seem to find our place, and maybe we're blaming the church because of it, thinking about joining a new church, or maybe we even have. It could be the church, but it very well also could be the fact that you just got too much spiritual pride and He's not going to use you. You're sidelined until you learn some humility, till you learn how to truly go to God in a posture of faith and belief and prayer to Him for His power and His authority. Remember, it's His mission, it's His blood, and it's His glory. He won't have it any other way. So let's see to it that each and every day we set out to seek humility, to seek to humble ourselves before God, that we might stay in His presence and that we might be commissioned into His mission as a useful and effective servant of Him.